Our guest today on Caribbeana is Dr. Hollis Liverpool, also known as Choki, Calypsonian Chalkdust. Hollis, man, is always nice seeing and talking to you. You're a man of so much, huh?
Pleasure is mine, man.
Right, right. Well, listen, man, you have done so much. I mean, you've written so much. You've written books on emancipation, African history. We have just celebrated Emancipation Day. And after you comment on that, I want to talk a bit on Bugsy and Pan and so on. So let's start. Emancipation Day, how significant is it for you at this time on this day just being celebrated?
One very much so. I was telling Camban and his wife Asha on last Tuesday. They asked me to receive an award, and they give me a special award for emancipation.
Right.
And I was telling them that nobody has written on Africa like I have done. Nobody. The nearest person was Duke. And and they have given awards to all kind of Calypsonians. They have given awards to all kind of people from Africa, and they have never given me. And when Camban heard my data and heard two of my songs, he asked me the question, how come the Emancipation Committee had never given you anything? I said, I don't know. But he couldn't believe that I've done so much.
Yes.
I wrote reparations.
Yes.
When I wrote the song reparations, I want my grandfather back paid. Nobody was thinking of reparations.
Yes.
And I was interpreting that because I saw my grandfather and them suffered,
Right.
And they had and the point I was making is that my grandfather died and never leave a penny for me.
Right.
I never leave a penny for his children. And he couldn't afford and he went through all of that. And when I saw my grandfather suffered, I wrote this song, I want my grandfather back paid. But everybody's asking me, who was the grandfather and where?
Right.
That was and then the second song I wrote is about land.
Yes.
Reparations, they have given all kind of people, all kind of land, even quite in New Zealand, and they have never given African people land.
Yes.
And I was bold enough to say that if Britain want to be true about reparation, they must hand over Manchester, Liverpool, and London to the African man.
Right.
So I take emancipation very, very seriously.
Yes.
Very seriously. In fact, I was telling Tony Fraser last week about emancipation, and I told him the thing about emancipation is that people don't see that we in the Caribbean we have added our islands experiences with Africa and our own, and we have actually massaged our culture and bring back our birthright. So Trinidadians have taken from France, England, Africa, and their own experiences and made our patois. And all islands have done that.
Yeah.
Not only in language, but in music,
right,
and in values, etc.
Right.
So we have to be very, very thankful for emancipation.
Yes. I quite agree with you, man. I mean, it's a challenging experience, to see even today in this world, those of us in the diaspora are going through what we are seeing happening.
Yeah.
Because
they don't understand. They don't understand emancipation.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I said very few people understand emancipation, and very few people can feel the spirit of emancipation, especially if you're not African.
Yeah.
And so, we have to celebrate emancipation because it's a big thing for us, for our children.
Right. And we gave it the first day as a holiday in the country.
1985. And let me tell you before that, the first persons I see from my research who celebrated emancipation is Tobago Butler.
Yes.
Tobago celebrated Butler celebrated in 1937.
Yes.
So while he was fighting for the people in Vestigny and Labre and Point Forte,
right,
he found it fit to celebrate emancipation.
Yeah,
so it was not, and Jack not the first person to celebrate emancipation. Butler did.
Yeah. But tell us, for those who don't know about Butler, tell them a little bit about Butler. Butler was a man I remember fighting for rights for workers.
Correct. When I asked Butler, you know what Butler told me? He says, "Teacher, what are you teaching? I said, well, we now start on the Amerindians. He said, Amerindians? Hitler must start with Butler.
Yes.
And I say, what's trouble you talking about? Oh, history could start with Butler.
Yeah.
But then when I went to university, when I look back and I did my master's course in history, I saw where you could start history anywhere. And Butler was saying that he was so important. And he said
Right.
he was so important. And he said, history must start with Butler. And then he told me, I asked him, Mr. Butler, what were conditions like in the days of 1937 and 36, etc.?
Yeah.
What were the conditions like in Point Fortin? He told me, cat, piss, and pepper. Cat, piss, and pepper.
Wow.
I said, cat, piss, and pepper. So if in 1938, Butler found the conditions to be cat, piss, and pepper, one would understand what the conditions were with the enslaved.
Yes, yes.
Imagine. And he found 100 years later, he says cat, piss, and pepper.
Yes.
So African people, a lot of African people don't know what we went through.
Yeah.
And that's why Nancy tells me that anytime you have a penny in your pocket,
Right.
give a cent.
Right. Yeah, man. Yes. And I mean, these are experiences of throughout all the islands of the Caribbean.
Correct. And Butler had to bring union membership and union recognition all the whole Caribbean.
Right, yeah.
After Butler formed his trade union, well, Cipriani formed his before Butler.
Yes.
But after Butler's kind of union Butler started, after that, the whole Caribbeans had to go Butler way.
Yes.
So Butler influenced the entire Caribbean.
Yes, yeah. Man, I mean, it is so fascinating, to see and to go back, and my concern is that the young generation today needs to know about these things, need to learn about these things. You as a teacher, give me a sense of that. Is that happening?
Of course, it's not happening, because I was talking to Gary Garcia, who's a professor. He's a professor at UWI, and he teaches biology. He's a professor emeritus at UWI, Gary Garcia. And he told me, he says, Chucky boy, I went to QRC. And he said, though I went to QRC, one of the best schools in Trinidad, nobody he said, I spent 8 years in QRC, and nobody ever mentioned to him Butler. And yet he felt he was educated. He says it's only when he become a big man and he heard about emancipation, etc.
Right.
Yeah. So if he went to QRC and a school like QRC and never heard about Butler, you can imagine our schools today.
Right. But listen, man, I went to a presentation and I was taught European history about Sir Walter Raleigh and all them fellas and the Pitch Lake. Is when I left Pres and I went to Kenley College. An Indian principal by the name of Joseph Ramlochan Singh taught us West Indian history. And it's there I found out we had people like George Padmore, Sylvester, Butler, all of these fellas.
All the Pan-African fellas, man.
Right.
And they influence Africa, they influence Kenya, they influence Nigeria. Because of us in Trinidad. Those Pan-Africanists that Ghana and those guys woke up. Yes,
man. Well, listen, man, I don't want to keep you long, but it's so nice. As I saw you wrote this piece, man, I say, look, I need to get something from Chalky to give us a sense of the situation in terms of emancipation, But before you leave, now that we have a new government, do you see, give me a sense of where do you see us heading? Are we going in the right direction?
Well, I heard the Prime Minister saying how she wants to open up new relations with Africa, and she wants to open up new relations with African history and reparations. Well, right. It's a step in the right direction. Yeah. Because for years, the Emancipation Committee and NJAC, they have been trying, but we have only touched the surface. Right. So we have to open up new relations with Africa, not only in terms of business, but in terms of learning. Right. Africa is a whole continent that we have not even touched.
I'm telling you, yes.
And if our cocoa, for example, Williams wanted to talk cocoa at one time with Africa, but we never reached to it. So we have a lot of work to do. I went this morning to get a visa for London. And they give me so much problems. Yeah. And we have the whole African continent there. I went to Africa in Senegal years ago.
Yeah.
And so much, I saw so much history to be written.
Yes.
So much because the Africans don't know about us here, you know. They don't.
Right. Yeah.
I was talking to a guy called Professor Inyama at the University of Virgin Islands, and he was a professor there.
Yeah.
The big professor here, the biggest professor there. He died now. And he told me, he says, Chalky, it's only since I come to Trinidad, not come to the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
I feel the hot sun. Then I understood slavery.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
I mean, the slavery. Because he learned it in book.
Yes.
You never felt it. And he was glad for the experience.
Yeah.
Africans don't know what we went through in the Caribbean.
Right.
What's African? Native Africans in Africa don't know.
Right. Yeah, man. Yes. Well, we will continue to do our best here on Caribbeana. And again, I want to thank you so much for chatting a little with us. Huh?
Sure, man.
And we will stay in touch. We will continue to stay in touch as we continue to write. You know, you're writing on Bugsy. And Bugsy is a man. Tell us a little bit about Bugsy.
Well, Bugsy is a man Bugsy is an enigma that you can't understand him. Let me give a good example. I spoke to a woman called Professor Gainham.
Yeah.
She was in charge of our music at UTT. And I asked her one day a question while looking for Bugsy metal and looking for data from Bugsy. I said, Professor Gainham, what do you think of Bugsy? And she scratched her head. I said, tell me. And she said, you're sure to talk about him? I said, sure. She said, I wouldn't get any licks. I said, no. So whatever you say, I will write. She said, Liverpool, let me tell you something. I went to the University of London and I have a PhD in music. I'm a professor of music and I get from London, the top universities of London. And she said, when Bugsy playing, excuse the Dutch, when Bugsy playing, I don't know what the ass he playing. And she has a professorship in music.
Yeah.
She said, and Bugsy, she said, when Bugsy playing, I don't know what the ass he playing. But he said, she said, but he's correct.
Right.
Who gave him that? God gave him. Yeah.
Right. Well, listen, man, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Sure, man.
And I look forward to chatting with you again. And you take care and be well.
The ball in your court, man. Yeah, man.
All right. Okay. I've been speaking with Hollis Liverpool, Dr. Hollis Liverpool of UTT, a Calypsonian Choki. And we've been just commenting a bit on emancipation. This is Von Martin. Caribbeana continues.